Hello, my name is Ricky Gaines. I am the founder and executive director of Returning Citizen Association. I'm here to tell you a little bit about my personal experiences and my personal journey with the incarceration and criminal justice system. Well, it all started in, say, 1995 when I was charged with a homicide. As an 18-year-old, everything started there. I was eventually convicted and sent to prison with a life sentence, 29 years to life. So I was sent to prison. I was about 19 years old, and I was sent to San Quentin State Prison. That was a reception center at the time. I stayed in the reception center maybe about 4 or 5 months. Horrible. C-section. Everybody know there's a place in the reception center where we had over 15 years. Everybody went there. So, everybody around got a lot of time. People probably got the same kind of background, like dysfunctional family background type thing, and like this issue. So I was eventually shipped to High Desert State Prison where I started my life sentence. High Desert State Prison was a new prison at the time, so I had no idea what to expect. I heard all the stories. So, I was on my P's and Q's. But, it's nothing like experiencing it. So it was a very, very dark time for me, for a long time until I got my GED. I got my GED, and that opened up, that shined the light on me. That let me know, hey, you know what, you have a value, you have a worth, your mind works, and, so that woke me up to well, potentially, what else could I do? What else am I capable of? So then and there, I just started reading more. I stopped reading because in prison and jail, you read a lot of the, what we call it, the urban books. You read a lot of urban books. You read a lot of shit kickers too. They call them Western, call them shit kickers. We read a lot of urban books, a lot of just books that's have no educational value. And it's hard to even say that because every book has an educational value. But what I was looking for more of I was looking for more substance, So I stopped reading the urban books and I started reading educational books. I started literally focusing on leadership, focusing on business, focusing on boring subjects, right? But I felt like I found a value in that stuff, and I was passionate about it. I wanted to learn it and practice it. I started practicing, things on people in the yard, some of the tools I learned. But yeah, but it's not a laughing matter because it was really tough. So what happens is I got my GED, that opened up my eyes. I eventually was transferred back to San Quentin. Maybe 15 years later, I was transferred back to San Quentin after doing my rounds through High Desert State Prison and Solano State Prison. I think I did 4 years in High Desert State Prison, 3 years in High Desert State Prison, 6 years in Solano State Prison, 7 years in Solano State Prison, the rest of the time I did in San Quentin. Because once I got back to San Quentin, I didn't want to transfer back to San Quentin, but I was transferred there, unfortunately, and it was a blessing because San Quentin had a college program on the grounds, and that changed my life. When I say a college program, I mean a college program where professors come in here teaching you about these subjects, right? And you can actually get an AA degree, associate of arts degree, and it was totally by donations, totally by volunteers. No taxpayer had to pay for this. So, once I seen it, I was like, oh my God, I gotta take advantage of this. Ain't no way. It's nowhere else where I would have went to college at, right? It was nowhere else I went to college at, and it's so strange that I landed right here though. And it's college people around here, and I'm interested in this stuff. This stuff gets me going. So, I got involved. And eventually I got my AA degree. I graduated from college. I think it was 2010. Yeah, 2010. I got my AA degree. My family came to my graduation. It was really awesome. But I still was in prison, and that was tough, because remember I had a life sentence. So I still was just in there, still trying to. Now I wanted my bachelor's degree, but you had to pay for that. That was some correspondence courses, and they cost a lot of money. I wasn't able to afford that. Some of my white friends was able to do it. Their grandparents hooked them up, or their parents hooked them up. I didn't have that. So what I did is I started studying more business, and I started writing. So I started writing books, and because I found a way to create an avenue. Like, I became an author. I published a book, and I think it was 2015. I published my first book in 2015. Wrote my first book, and then but that put me in connection with all the other writers in the prison. Now, while all the madness is going on in the prison, this was my insulator. Education was my insulator. Studying and like learning, that was my insulator, because I would not let the negativity, I tried not to let the negativity get to me, I'll say that. And it was tough. But I was able to manage, get through, without being shot, without being stabbed, without being, hurt in any kind of way, I physically. But, there's a lot of emotional scars, a lot of psychological scars, It's really tough. Prison is a freaking hellhole, and I guess that's how it's supposed to be designed. But I wrote that book in 2015. I published that book, and then in 2016, my wife and I ended up starting a publishing company, because I met so many writers in there once I published that first book, that they was asking me about getting their books published, and I only knew one way, the way that we did it. I kind of taught my wife how to do it, because I was reading so much. I had her sending me all the information about how to author a book and how to publish a book, get the ISBN, all the stuff that you do as a self-publisher. And I was new to it, but I was so hungry for learning and doing something different and new and productive that, man, every obstacle that came in, I came up. Man, I went around it, I went through it, I went over it, I went under it. It didn't matter. Until I got that book published, and I was so excited to have that book published, because I did it for my children. Like, I didn't want my children to see me as the worst decision I ever made in my life. So I wanted to do something to, try to create a better legacy for myself and for my family, because I know that I wasn't I wasn't born to be in prison. Like, I wasn't born to hurt people. I wasn't born to commit crimes and sell drugs and all this stuff. Like I understood that when I came to myself. I learned about my history and about history of the world, all that kind of stuff. It just made me think about everything. So I had to do redefinition. I had to totally redefine who Ricky Gaines was and is. And it was tough. That education was very helpful, and a lot of the brothers, that just like, there's brothers that help you in ways that they don't even know how, right? They don't even know that they're doing it. And I give you an example. If a brother tell you about some of his craziness, and it's really, really, really out there, and you see his situation, and he telling you, man, don't be like me. Don't do the crazy shit I did, because this was gonna get you. And that's very helpful. And then when some other brothers just say, hey man, keep your head up, man, keep striving, man. Keep going for your goals, stay on that book stuff, stay on your business stuff, stay on whatever you want, right? It's just that encouragement. So I end up starting a publishing company, and then my wife and I helped us publish other people's books in the prison. It was very, 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 very exciting time. I think we did that for about 3 or 4 years while I was there, and then the law changed. The youth offender bill came out. Remember, I said I was arrested and convicted when I was 18. So a youth offender bill came out and says that I had a chance to come up for parole, and after 23 and a half years. So I came up for parole, 23 and a half years, and I was ready. God, thank God, I was ready. I was who I am. I was who I am. And it wasn't this young, empty head person. I was a grown man. I understood the harm I caused and the harm I potentially can cause, and also understood the healing that I can implement, and the impact that I can have, right? because I was doing it inside the prison at that time, and like nothing was going to change. I was going to continue to do what I was doing, learning, growing, helping people, doing groups, doing like what we call program. You know, going to classes, going to groups, volunteering when the youth come in. You know, showing them the way. Like, man, look, don't come this way, bro. Go that way. Go to the college out there. Don't come to the college in here. So, yeah, I went to that parole board in 2018. I think it was 2018. May 1st, 2018. Yeah, it was. And I was found suitable for parole. I was ended up given a date at that time. About 150 days later, I was released. And the rest is history, you know. That was of 2019. Today is what? November 6th, 2023. So I've been home pretty close to 5 years, and I've been just enjoying life. You know, what we call living the dream. You know, living the dream, and all of that craziness and that madness and all the drama that goes on in the world. Like, that has nothing to do with me. Like, I'm not a part of that. Like, I understand what's needed out here. So now we talk about how hurt people. Now we're talking about how healed people heal and do. And that takes me to why I started this organization called Returning Citizen Association, because of the tools that I developed through my journey. I want to pass them on to other people, and I also want to help other people develop these tools. And it's tools that I don't have that I want to, you know, put in my toolbox from learning from somebody else. So our group is called Returning Citizen Association. We have a logo. It's a round table with people sitting around a round table. And that's huge to me because that's how I learned. You know, I took a little bit from this person, a little bit from that person, a little bit from this person. And that's how I want to give it back. You know, I want to be in a situation where it's not just me, right? It's other people that got insight and knowledge and skills and tools to share. And that's what we're doing. So, and it's really beautiful. I'm so grateful and I'm so blessed. My experiences with the prison system and incarceration is not good. It's not good. But I found the good in it. You know, I try to find a silver lining in there. They said life with the possibility of parole, so I never gave up hope. Everybody counted me out. Everybody said I was never gonna come home. Everybody said I should just be in here, just thugging, just doing all the crazy stuff that they was doing because I wasn't gonna come home. But that wasn't my story, you know, and that's still not my story, right? My story is my story, you know, and I'm the one to get to write that. You know, you can't write it. And I'm grateful and I'm so blessed, and I just want to help anybody I can, especially system impacted people, like because we starting off behind, you know, we starting off lacking because when I say system impacted people, I'm talking about people who come from dysfunctional families, like people who come from poverty, who don't have all the resources, people who struggle, you know, because it's not a fault of their own. Something happened in their family structure that made them have to carry that burden, right? And therefore, we want to help people and help them understand that, so now they can understand what kind of power they have. And we just want one people. I'm just one person, and even with the organization that I form, our group, we're just a group. Like, we're not, like, it's not magic. Like, if we help some people or you help me, I still have to do the work. Like, I still got to do the individual task. Same thing, if we help somebody else, we can't make them do anything. They still have to, you know, make those choices and those decisions, though, in those crucial times, you know. And that's what I learned. That's the beauty about being free. You know, every decision, every choice counts. Yeah, so I'm grateful and I thank you. I hope that I explained my journey and my experiences with incarceration and the prison system. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
A nigga started from the bottom, now I'm living. Early morning, Uncle whipping in the kitchen. Some people said I couldn't do it and I did it. Look at my bank account, I'm running up the digits. I ain't in all that doing that facade shit. I walk it, I talk it, I live it. Come to the birdhouse, look at the garage, nigga. My Bentley coupe got a couple pigeons. I was down on my ass, had to go a new direction. gotta stress it. It ain't even an emergency and a nigga about to pull up in a 911 just to feed my dog. I told God it's a blessing. Came from the bottom, down below. Remember them cold nights, I was sleeping on the floor. Always dreamed about the 4G, I don't feet, now they down below. A nigga got so much money on me, I can't count no more. Down below, down below.